Okay, everybody, we're going to do 2 stitches. They're similar. Some people think they're the same, confuse them with each other. These are stitches that provide a lot of texture. What I've done preliminarily is I have chained 8, and I'm going to do a base for the bobble stitch. This is not the bobble stitch itself, but it has to have a base in which to be crocheted into. So we're going to single crochet across this chain of 8 that I've already made. I'm using a hook without the grip today because of the number of loops that are going to be on my hook. And you'll see what I mean. Both these stitches require a certain number of loops on the hook at the same time, and it's easier if the rubber grip is not in the way here. So we're going to do singles in every stitch all the way down to provide a base for the bobbles to be crocheted into. Been having trouble with my fingers today, so be prepared. I've tried this a multitude of times and ways, and I am having a hard time with the focus of the camera and going off camera for some reason. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with that today. Okay, so we've got single crochets all the way across. We're going to turn our work. It's breezy today, so it's also a problem. And I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to put a single crochet in the first stitch. Get into the first stitch. Yay. Having a lot of trouble today. Okay, there we go. There we are. Okay, we're going to do, not in that stitch yet. Yes, we are. Okay, we're going to do a single crochet in the very first stitch. We're not going to skip one. Okay? Now, we're ready to do our bobbles. I think I'm going to run out of battery power after all the things I've done today. Alright. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, but don't complete it. Yarn over, go back into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops again. Yarn over, go into the same stitch again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops again. You're aiming for 6 loops on here. Yarn over, go into the same stitch again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops again. So you got 5 now. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Now, we have 7 stitches on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 6 stitches, all 6 stitches, through all 6 stitches, okay? And you've made your first bobble. Now, the way you're going to complete this is you're going to do a single in the next chain, okay? Just going to do a single that'll close off that bobble, all right? So you've got that bobble closed off. I'm going to do another bobble. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over again, pull through the first 2, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, we're up to 5, one more time, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the first 2 stitches, and we have 6 stitches on this hook again. Now yarn over and pull through all 6. Now it would behoove you to keep your stitches fairly loose this way, okay? The next thing you do is go into the next one as a single. Now some patterns are different. They'll tell you to do something different. You have to follow your pattern. But essentially, this is a bobble stitch. Do you see how tall this is? How much texture this can provide? Okay. We're going to do one more bobble, and I'll show you how to close off the end. Okay, we're just going to follow along here. I'm not going to tell you what we're doing. Just remember, you're aiming for 6 loops on the hook before you pull through all of them. Each time you go in, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the first 2. One more time. If I can get it through there. Oh, don't you do that. There you go. Now, you've got 6 loops, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and in the last stitch, this last stitch here, go ahead and do your single and close off the row. Make sure you get under both of those posts of that chain there, and there you have a row of bobble stitches. You see how puffy? This makes really warm scarves. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get me another battery before I continue and show you the difference between a bobble stitch and a puff stitch. This is what they call a yarn eater. It uses a lot of yarn because in each stitch, you see how much I had to go through there. See how much yarn I used in each one. But it's worth it if you want something really warm or something with a lot of texture, a lot of puff to it. There you go. There is the bobble stitch. And I'll have the designations up there in the corner, as you probably already saw, of how it's designated in a pattern, a written pattern. So, next, the puff stitch. Okay, I've done the same thing again in preparation for doing the puff stitch. I've chained 8. I've done singles in those. I've chained a couple, turned, and this is what we're going to do. Okay, now I'm going to do a single in this first one like I did before, just to start an anchor there. Okay, puff stitch is different from the bobble stitch. You yarn over, you go into the stitch, but you don't pull through. You yarn over again, go into the same stitch, pull through, you yarn over, you do it a third time, pull through, and you do that 3 times, you should have 7 loops on your hook. You should have 7 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 loops on this hook now. You didn't, when you yarned over and pulled another loop through, you do that 3 times, but you don't pull through the first 2 like you did with the bobble stitch. You do that 3 times, and you will have 7 loops. You yarn over, and you pull through all 7 loops. And most of the time, you will close it with a chain. Okay. Now this is the puff stitch. The puff stitch is not as large a stitch. It's a gathered stitch like the bobble stitch, but it's not as large a stitch. Okay, we're gonna do a single in the next one to separate these, and then I'm going to do another puff stitch. Yarn over, go into the stitch, pull through. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, go into the same stitch again for the 3rd time, pull through. Then you should have 7 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you yarn over and pull through all 7 loops and close with a chain. Then you've got 2 puff stitches. And I'm going to do a bobble stitch on this just to show you how it compares, and right next to the puff stitch. Okay? So I'm going to single in the next one here. Now, I'm going to do a bobble stitch instead of a puff stitch, and you'll see. Now we're doing a bobble now. Yarn over. Okay? Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, go into the same stitch again. Pull through. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops again. Yarn over, go on the same stitch again. Pull through. Yarn over, go through the first 2 loops again. We're working up to 6 on here. Yarn over, same stitch again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through first 2 loops. We're up to 5. One more time, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. And now you have 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 6, and then at the end I'm going to close it off in the row with a single in this last chain. And I'm going to chain 1 just to get it out of the way. And I want to show you the difference here. Okay? If I can get my hands to work, I will. Sorry about that. It's been one of those days. I've tried this so many times, but here you go. Here's 2 puff stitches and a bobble stitch. Look at that from the side. Do you see the difference? Okay. Can you see the difference here? Here I am with a weird focus again. It's not wanting to focus. Why are you not wanting to focus? I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Now, you see how much taller the bobble is than the puffs? These are the puffs, that's the bobble. So, hopefully this helps and you can make something with it. Let me show you what I have made with a puff stitch. This beautiful scarf right here. Let me back it up a little bit. This beautiful scarf right here is very, very puffy. It's made with a puff stitch. What you've done is, if you see this separated, this is actually made with clusters of puff stitches. Here's 1, 2, 3 puff stitches made in the same stitch to make a cluster of puff stitches. And this is made with clusters of puff stitches. This is such a nice scarf. And the thing is, it's very puffy, interestingly enough. See this? See how cushy this is? This is a beautiful soft yarn. This was made with Red Heart with Love, which is one of my favorite yarns to use. It's very puffy, it's very soft, it's warm. Just a really nice yarn. This is made entirely with puff stitches, clusters of puff stitches. So I hope this helps, and I hope you will learn the designations that I put up in the corner up here for the patterns. When you know those, when you recognize those, you can make any pattern. Thanks for watching. Bye.